So good day, YouTube people. My name is Ogheneochuko Williams. I am watching Ochuko's diary, and this is a very juicy and annoying story time. I'm just coming back from the event, and I'm still, despite still being in the clothes I wore to that place, I'm so angry that I have to come on here and talk about it because this is going to be my first story time, and I think it's warranted because of the whole the whole event and how it unfolded. Right? So I stay in Port Harcourt, Abby. So I think a week ago, a message came onto my mom's phone, and the message was like she has been invited. Like I know it seems funny now, but like just bear with me. Like she has been invited to an event. It's an event for let me say business education. I don't know if I can find the text exactly, and I'll put it up. Or for maybe security reasons, I won't put it up, but the text was like she has been invited for certain events, and events is all about business education. And when I read through that text, I was like, okay, I was somewhat convinced because they were not asking for money, they were not asking for anything. It was just like you've been invited, you were recommended, and you were invited to come for this event. You just to learn about business. And my mom is a businesswoman, so it kind of tallied at the moment that this would be something that she could be invited to. And the fact that they were not mentioning anything money did not really make me suspect that it was going to be something like that. So and even after that time, I didn't really tell her to go at the initial time. I was like, let's just see what will happen, but we can put it at the back of our mind that today, which is 23rd, we'll be going to an event like that, right? But we're not really so eager to go. This was about 2 weeks ago, yes. A week later, I think the next day she called and she verified that it was actually a legit person and not like a robot or something. And the person did say yes, that he or she's legit, whatever. She's legit. It was a woman that she said, well, okay, we're going to go for this event. Today, dressed up. I wore this two-piece ensemble. My mom also wore something similar. And I think I'll be showing you videos and I'll be taking you through the journey of how we went there to show you how I was not suspect, because I'm a very suspicious person. I suspect easily, but I wasn't really suspect. I was like, this seems legit. It seems legit. So I was like, let's just go. And so we're going, and we dressed up because my mom has gone for a similar event for Palmpay. She's a Palmpay agent, so it wasn't uncommon for a bank. I thought it was a bank because the name of the project was the Diamond Project. So I was like, maybe it's for Diamond Bank, although Diamond Bank doesn't exist. But she's an Access/Diamond Bank account holder, so it would not be so impossible for Diamond Bank to host an event like this, considering that Palmpay has hosted something similar. So I was just like, maybe it's Diamond Bank, and nothing really came to my mind to check that. Okay, let me just check online. And even when I did check online, I think we're just so close to the event already. I checked. I was like, Diamond Project is what? It was still tallying with what I had initially thought, which was like a conference of business owners to just come and rub minds and just sit together and talk, because most of the people that were invited to that event were business owners, just like my mom. So we get to the place. It's an event center in Port Harcourt that's very okay. Churches use it as well. And then we go and I start seeing people. Like immediately I was like, this is suspicious. Like, why are there so many people here? But then I was like, again, like, this is something that they probably sent to like a lot of people in Port Harcourt. So maybe I was still hopeful. We came to the event, we entered inside, and then that's where everything just started going left for me. I started like suspecting because a lot of things started to remind me of something that I'm not supposed to remember. Okay. So when we enter, see a lot of people. The woman who sent the message to my mom calls her like before we get there, like, are you guys close? Are you guys coming? I'm like, yeah, we're coming. We're close to the place. I'm not going to mention the place because I don't want to mention anything apart from the project name. So we go to the place, and then my mom calls her, like, because she said if we get there we should call her. We call her. She said, okay, follow me. We follow her, because we use the back of the event center, and then she takes us to the front. We enter. We start seeing so many people, like it was a magnitude of people. And then we get to the place. When we get to the place, we just we just see, like we start seeing people, and I'm like, these people are macho. And then there were no chairs, nothing, and she's like, we should take tickets. She gives us tickets, and on the ticket they wrote 5K, and that's when I start to like two things that's coming to my mind, because the way the ticket is, this is the way the ticket is. A ticket has a place where you tear. They were like, we should write our names in the back of this part and also the part that they can tear. So my mind was like, there might be a raffle draw, because I've gone to an event like that when I was like a teenager for a church event, and the way the thing is done, it seemed like a church program, and I would not be opposed to going into a church program. If it's a church program that is catered to businessmen and women, I came as a plus one for my mom. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think it's a good thing. It's nice. As far as it's church related, it's okay. And like I said, I was still thinking it was like an event to rub minds. When I saw the ticket, I was still much more convinced, like, okay, it's just an event to rub minds. And then we go, before we start sitting down, lining up, writing our names. And then I was like, so I kept asking. What threw me off was the person who sent the message to my mom never told us how she got my mom's number. Till today, I don't know. And I'm like, my mom even asked her. She kind of brushed it up and just immediately disappeared from our site. And then we went into the hall. There were up to 500 people in that hall. Like, we were so much that people were standing literally at the back. They were adding chairs. People were still standing. People were leaving and still coming back. This afternoon, you'll get to understand that. Please, a round of applause for Dr. Tony Aka. And like more people were just coming, and it was just so much. so much. And then when it started, the first person who spoke, I think he's even here. The first man who spoke was a reverse man. He spoke eloquently. He kind of like reaffirmed my beliefs that it's an event for business owners, just simply that, just to rub minds. It was like, I'm going to teach you guys how to, I think what really threw me off in his speech was the comment, I'm going to teach you guys how to make money. If there's one thing I've understood from people who are rich, they don't teach you how to make money. I've never seen Mark Zuckerberg. They will always say, believe in God and just push your ideas out there and try to be creative. They don't give you explicit, clear steps on how to make money. You can't sit down with you saying he wants to make money. The only people who say they want to teach you how to make money are forex traders, whatever, people that sell courses, all those people that are doing pyramid scheme, and they're going to sell you course and they're going to get you to make money, and they don't teach you how to make money. Nobody sits and say they want to teach you their source of income so that you're going to steal it from them. I've never heard it. So maybe if you've heard it, you can say it in the comment. But this was what this whole event was all about. Because after that first man spoke, I think the last statement he made was like, they're going to teach us how to make money. And I was like, there's a problem here, because when you start saying things like that, you're obviously going to do one of two things. There's something they call MMM in Nigeria. Either you're going to trade money for money, or you're going to be selling drugs or products from Chinese companies or whatever. I don't know, let me not say Chinese companies, but from companies that usually won't sell, like the main companies Nigerians will buy from, that you have to kind of force on people. Those are the only two ways this supposed people, or maybe forex. Forex even has, like, you can say there are still people who make money from forex, but those are like the two ways. And I was proven correctly, because the two ways I just said are the two ways that it came about. So this man, after talking, he now said that there's somebody he wants to invite, like on stage. This the main speaker, a woman, and she came in, and it's like, this woman is greater than a man. And I love seeing successful women. I was really hyped. But when she started to talk, I just knew that this thing is a pyramid scheme, and I'm going to explain why. Can you use it and buy a shop anywhere in Nigeria? Or rent a shop, rent people without selling to them? The person who invited you here, did the person sell any products to you? Did the person convince you? So she comes on stage and she's like, she started as a poor person, the typical story, rags to riches. And initially I was feeling it, because I said I love successful women. My mom is a successful woman, and when I see women who are successful, I get really inspired, because I'm a woman and I always want to make it in life. When she starts talking, I was like, okay, this is nice. Like, if this is what we're just here to listen to, I mean, I love to be inspired, but then I know how Nigerians are. I know how people are. People want to know how to make it, and that's how they sell it to you. They start by saying how they came from rags to riches, how she bought herself a car, how she bought her husband a car, and just things you want to hear, because you start envisioning yourself as that person, and that's how it starts. Okay, so afterwards, she starts talking about how she had to like ask for 3.5 million naira to push this business. And it wasn't really clear. Like, the thing with pyramid schemes is that it's never clear what you are doing. You are bringing money for what? You're selling, you're buying products, beverages, medicine, and you just have to buy once. And it was so confusing, but you just keep hearing so much money and money and money, and you're so hyped because it's money. But you don't know how this money is coming about, because it's almost, that's what they call MMM here, and you just putting money. Some will tell you, not even this one in particular, this one, they were even more eloquent in their speech. Some will say, just bring 10k, you're gonna get 5k every week, and then you're hyped. And then when you get that first maybe 5k, and they're like, okay, you have to up your income, up your money, and then you put 50k, you get 20k, you get 60k, you get extra 5k. The moment you put that big money, they crash and you are left with nothing. That's how it starts. This woman is that she makes 250k daily, which is very possible with a legitimate business. But it's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you? She travels to 13 countries. What are you doing? And at that point, I knew I had to go, because one thing about those things, you don't know when you start reaching into your purse for money to put into something you don't know. It's almost like you're unconscious when you do it, because you just start being fed with so much money talk. And I had to tell my mom, like, are we going or not? My mom was like, she doesn't know how she's going to leave that place, because it was very packed, and we were at the front because we came really early. And I was like, I'm going to get up first and we're going to leave. And I got up first. I started going out. Somebody grabbed my hand. She grabbed my hand. She was like, are you guys going? I was like, no, we're not going. We even told somebody to leave our seats. We just want to go and check our car or something. The person that drove us here is calling us something car. Just let it light. And I moved. A lot of people were moving at that point, because they started talking about money. And as soon as I reached my car, I was just hissing and hissing, because I was so upset. What do you mean? I actually blame myself. Like, I truly blame myself for even coming to that place, because what do you mean? Where do you know? And that was when, even when the woman was talking, was when I realized how they got our numbers. It was through Facebook. My mom is on Facebook, so getting her number was not hard. So it wasn't even because they knew her, they just selected, because the way the scheme is, you have to get 10,000 people. Those 10,000 people will get 10,000 people. Like, it's so long and confusing. You don't know where you are in. When you put your money, you don't want to leave your money. You start going deeper and deeper and deeper. And you might be lucky. You might travel to South Africa. You might travel to one country. But then you're in. You're in, and you're in forever. So that's just like... when I was coming back, I had to go get ice cream and just kind of like free myself, because what the F was that? Like, what? I know it's so hard in the country right now. Like, I know it's very, very hard. A lot of people are looking for money, but I don't think pyramid schemes are like, pyramid schemes are just so fake. I don't know, maybe it's working for them. I didn't really stay to the ending of the talk. I don't know how. I've never heard of those people before. I've never heard of the products before. Maybe something new. Maybe it's legitimate, but it just seemed to me like a pyramid scheme, and I just don't want to be a part of it. So I had to leave immediately. ASAP. People were leaving and hissing at the same time, like, why are we here? Because it just packed a lot of people there, and you're not giving them, like, I thought it was even some banks do that, where they do conferences and they just give loans to people who want to start business. It might not be big loans, like be 50k, 50,000 naira, not dollars, like 50,000 naira, sometimes 20,000 naira, something small that can just, it might not be something you want to pay back. An organization, an NGO can just come and say they want to, put 1 million out there, 1 million naira out there for the bank's conference. Somebody can come that has a lot of money and say he wants to put in 2 million naira somebody will say 3 million naira just to help, and then maybe if 1,000 people show up, they divide that money, they start giving people 20,000 naira depending on the kind of business they want to start. Maybe the maximum is 100,000 naira, and that helps people. That was what I was expecting for them, and I was also expecting like a business seminar to just, because I plan on opening my business and any advice is good advice to me. So I was just like, let me listen, let me just go there and impact myself, and just because I love to hear advices, I love to hear from people who are also doing businesses. I love to just hear people's success story, because for me it's a ginger to myself. I like to hear. When I hear, I know what steps I'm supposed to take, what steps I'm not supposed to take in this business route I'm going for. So I was very hyped. I didn't care if I didn't even put my, like, it wasn't even in my mind that they were going to give us money. My own thought was like, they just, let me just hear something. Like, I just want to hear something. I just want to hear something. I just want to be impacted. And I wasn't impacted. Instead, I left there fuming, angry, and just anyways, I'm back. I'm gonna just bathe and sleep, and hopefully all passes by. Like I said, I'm not going to outright, let me just put all this is alleged, because I'll try to say that it's a pyramid scheme. Could be legit. I hope it's legit. These people continue being successful all their days of their lives, because for me, success story is always going to be beautiful to me. I don't care, as far as you're not killing anybody, okay, it's going to be successful, and you're not cheating anybody, it's always going to be good for me. So I just hope it's legitimate. If it's legitimate, it's good for them. But I'm always up, like, I'm always 100% for starting a business yourself. And even if you're investing, just know what you're investing in. Like, it has to be clear and concise, written out, printed, stamped well, not something you just heard from someone. So yes, this is what happened to me today. My first story time. I was really upset, but I'm back, and I'm gonna take my bath and sleep, because I've had a long day. I really had a long day. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.